Okay, so in this video, we're going to learn how to rotate a point 270 degrees counterclockwise. So I have a point right here in this quadrant. The point is -3, -4. And I want to rotate it 270 degrees counterclockwise. Counterclockwise is going to be in this direction. As we move to this quadrant, that's a 90-degree rotation. We move to this quadrant, that's a 180-degree rotation. And as we move to this quadrant, that's a 270-degree rotation. So if you're rotating something 270 degrees, you're just going through 3 quadrants. 1, 2, 3. So we know that final point is going to be in this quadrant here. The question is, what are the coordinates of that point? And here's how you figure that out. The coordinates of the point we're starting with are -3, -4. To find the coordinates of that point when we rotate it 270 degrees into this quadrant, all we do is we ignore these negative signs and then we flip the numbers. So we have -3, -4, ignore the negative signs and flip the numbers. That gives you 4, 3. But we're not done. Now we need to ask ourselves, where are the negative signs? And here's how you figure that out. Look at the quadrant that the point will end up in. In this quadrant, we know that the x's are negative and the y's are positive. Therefore, this 4 is the x, it has to be negative, and the y has to be positive. And that's what that coordinate is going to be when it's rotated 270 degrees counterclockwise. It's going to be at -4, 3, which is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, and up 3. -4, 3. Now I want to cover how to rotate a point 270 degrees clockwise. And it's pretty much the exact same procedure, except now we're going in a different direction. So here I have a point. Again, it's in the same quadrant. It's in this quadrant right here. The point is -5, -3. And I want to rotate it 270 degrees clockwise. Here's how I do it. First, I figure out what quadrant will that point be in after I rotate it 270 degrees clockwise. Remember, we have to go through 3 quadrants to rotate it 270 degrees. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3. So we know it's going to be in this quadrant right here when we rotate it 270 degrees clockwise. Now, to figure out what the coordinates of that point are going to be after we do that rotation, all we do is we look at the starting point. It's -5, -3. We ignore our negative signs and we switch the numbers. So -5, -3 becomes 3, 5. And now we ask ourselves, where will the negative signs be? And to figure that out, all we do is we look at the quadrant that that point is going to end up in, this quadrant right here. In this quadrant, the x's are positive and the y's are negative. So that x here is going to be positive and this y here is going to be negative. So after we rotate this point 270 degrees clockwise, it's going to end up at 3, -5, which is going to be right here. 1, 2, 3, down 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right there. That's 3, -5. And that's how you rotate a point 270 degrees clockwise.